Okay, Erica, this is 15th of June, video update. So we've got all the stripping done, we've got the caulk seams out, of course you knew we already had that done. We've sanded on the inside. We decided to go ahead and get rid of the paint down in here. There's two areas that water was coming through when we did our test, and we decided we needed to open this up and see, so we could see how we need to repair it. So we went ahead and stripped that area, plus there was a lot of chip paint there, so we stripped that out. And you can see we've just about completed the sanding. We've got a few areas where some stain still remains, some sanding marks here, or gouges from some kind of activity, maybe feats occurred here. So we've still got a little more to do. We have this area that we need to repair. You might, most notably, the transom is out. You may recall that we were going to take the transom out and rebed it. We actually use a caulk down here called Tram 5200, and it is so tenacious that we could use the screws to clamp it in place while the glue is setting, and it's a caulk, adhesive caulk. And then we could extract the screws if we so desired. Of course, we don't so desire. But a couple things noted. We have a little rot spot area here, so we will probably just shorten the boat by about an inch and a half, and we can avoid that rot spot. We'll just move the transom farther forward. There's a place where your dad had sanded down here, and it's gotten quite thin, and so we're just going to move the transom forward. You got another gnarly area here, another area with some rot right here. So, matter of fact, that was a screw that just broke off, and that's actually still wet. So, the best way to handle this is move the transom forward a couple inches. We'll probably also just re-veneer the transom, put a new veneer on top. This veneer is pretty gnarly. We may sand it off. We'll probably sand it off in a extra wide belt sander that we go rent at our local cabinet shop, and then we'll put a new veneer over that. So you asked me about color paint samples. I have found a site or a company that will mix any color that we wanted to mix. So what I got in mind is use these Evinrude colors. You and I can look at the color charts online. We'll pick some of the Evinrude colors, perhaps, and then we may have to come up with a chocolate brown. Might not be in the Evinrude, but that's seafoam green. We'll pick those period colors, and we'll work from those color charts, and then I can have those color charts used to produce the paint to go on the boat. Other areas that we're going to have to address, of course, we've got the rotted area in the spray rail on the back side, so we'll have to do a little something with the spray rail. This spray rail has been replaced already, and the joint wasn't perfect, and so we're going to make perfect joints in the spray rail. We took rub rail off on this side. You may remember the starboard side had rubbed up against the dock.
It's in the box, in the blue box, blue bin.
So this thing was all chewed up. You can see how you've got a fair curve here, and then all of a sudden it kind of looks like a sword, and then it goes back to the normal cross section. So we're just going to replace this, steam in a new piece. So let's see. Oh yeah, also on the update, Taylor's worked on the seats. He's got the seats stripped of varnish, and part of the seats are over there, the seat backs and some supports. But the main thing is the seat bottoms. We did reuse the old bottoms. Now these guys are glued together with 3M 5200. That's that caulk that I was telling you how tenacious it is. And this black line will disappear. It'll be a very tiny, tiny, tiny thin line, if you can see it at all, after we've run this through the sander at the cabinet shop. So we've got this one and another one over here, all glued together. It takes 7 days for this adhesive to fully cure. Here's a really good example of how thin that line's going to be, and actually it's even going to be thinner than this right here in this area. 3M 5200 is reason we don't